Hi folks, this is Jay. Hope you're okay today. I just want to talk about Calvinism, what I think about Calvinism. I've come from a Calvinistic background. I've been involved in the Calvinist movement for about 20 years. I think the good things that I've got from Calvinism is I love the Puritans, people like Thomas Watson, especially people who wrote the Westminster Confession. I love the Westminster Confession of Faith. I love John Calvin. I love Calvinist theologians like R.C. Sproul, Dr. Al Muller, Calvinist pastors like John Piper and John MacArthur. I love the emphasis on Bible teaching, expository preaching, the emphasis on doctrine, the emphasis on a strong gospel. That's the good stuff of Calvinism. But also, being in the movement for 20 years, there is a bad side. I want to say I love Dr. Peter Masters' ministry as well, in what he has done over the years. And I love some of the Reformed seminaries that are around today. But at the same time, I feel that Calvinism has been weak over the years and has continued to be weak. It's weak on love. There are some good Calvinistic people, very friendly, but the Calvinistic movement as a whole lacks love. It lacks the ability to reach out to ordinary people on the street. There's very, very few Calvinist churches, ministries, that actually can engage with ordinary people at an ordinary level. And I think there's a lot of Phariseeism within Calvinism in that sense. I also think there are too many in-house debates that are irrelevant to the world, and so Calvinism is introverted. Debates about presuppositional apologetics and evidentialism and all the rest of it might seem really interesting to Calvinists, but in the real world it's not relevant, and we need to engage with where the world's at intellectually, socially and practically, and Calvinists don't do that, generally speaking, not say all. And I think that within the Calvinist movement there is a too critical spirit, too much judgmentalism, and I think the Calvinist view of history is very limited. They go on about the Puritans, but what about the early church fathers? Also, I think they can be too negative against other Christians who are Christians, like the Charismatics. I don't agree with the Charismatic movement generally, but does that mean to say that there are Charismatics that aren't Christians? Of course there are. So I think that they can be too judgmental to other Christians, and I don't like that. Too cynical. It's not discernment, it's just cynicism. It's a critical spirit, it's not of God. So that's what I think of Calvinism. I come from a Calvinist background. I've made a video about that. There are strengths and weaknesses with the Calvinistic movement. Those are my thoughts. I just want to say, pastorally, Calvinism is very, very poor in being able to pastor people. That's due to the fact that a lot of Calvinistic pastors live in a theological castle, that they don't understand the real world and real people. That's not all Calvinistic pastors or Calvinistic leaders, but I've seen hundreds of them, and the fact is that they do live in a theological castle. They need to come out, meet people, engage with people in the real world, and find out what real people are thinking, what real problems people are going through, and then their pastoral ministry would be much more practical and realistic, based on the Bible, of course. Those are my thoughts, and I'm just telling you what I think. Thank you.